Yo, Bingers, welcome back. Thanks for clicking. November is War Comics Month, and we're saluting that by checking out great back issue war comics. Got another beauty one for you today. Now, this is a backup story in a issue I already covered. We did this cover story right here with the Primate Platoon. I did want to correct the flub I made because I said this is from 1980, which is correct, but then I said it's number 1989. It's just number 89. Oh, and with us today, because we're checking out War Comics, is Chuck the Grenade. Chuck, say hi to everybody. Everybody say hi to Chuck. He'll be reading along with us today. All right, let's jump in. Death to Dread Drummer. Writer is Robert Kanigher. Editor is Paul Levitz. And then the art, that's Ruben Yandok. And we just recently read a story with his art from House of Mystery. The Day the Clock Stopped, about Adam Sneal. You can go watch that video if you want, but on to this. The bird sang his heart out like an innocent in Eden to greet the miracle of dawn. But his soaring song was unheard by the rotting corpses of Allied and German soldiers on the Western Front in the summer of 1917, crucified on the barbed wire and moldering the crawling earth of no man's land, in the sector which only the devil claimed for his own, named by an unknown dying wit as the Meat Grinder. In the German trenches by the crimson light of dawn, Lieutenant Emil Kessler stared at the snapshot of the baby son he had never seen. Perhaps after this attack, I will get leave and ride you on my knee, little Paul. On the other side of no man's land, in the American trenches, Lieutenant Philip Talbot also fingered a worn photo. I wonder if that's any reference to the Wolfman. Thank God, Richie, he'll never see the hell of this war. The inexorable sweep second hand of his radium wristwatch wrenched him from his reverie. 0 hour and 30 seconds, Sergeant. Our orders are to take the Meat Grinder at all costs. The guys are ready, Lieutenant, even though the only ones who want that garbage heap out there are the brass. Move out! Move out! Pa-pa! Pa-pa-pa-pa! At the same moment, bathed in the sinister crimson dawn, Lieutenant Kessler led his force from the German trenches. Forward! Forward to the fatherland! My fatherland's the snowy Alps of Garmisch, not this dung heap, Herr Lieutenant. The bird is smarter than we are, Herr Lieutenant. Terrified by the gray-green German wraiths appearing out of the low-lying mist, clinging to the ground, the bird flew skywards. Ja, Fieldwebel! If I had wings, I would fly straight to my son. As Lieutenant Talbot led his men past the torn corpses and the barbed entanglements. Jerry's out there to take the Meat Grinder too. Open fire! You're not in Coney Island shooting at ducks, guys. Pick your targets. Pa-pa, pa-pa-pa. Smashed by exploding grenades and toppling from rifle fire, the Germans fell. Forward! Feldwebel, hang on! I'll never see my snowy Alps again, Herr Feldwebel, except in hell. Close with the enemy! Give them the taste of cold steel! The men tore at each other like ravenous animals, their bayonets ripping open flesh, blood mingling in streams on the thirsty earth, while Death the Dread Drummer pounded insanely. Close! Close! Over the convulsive thrashings of their dying men, Lieutenant Kessler and Lieutenant Talbot tore at each other through the blood-red fog of combat. They sank to the ground, clutching each other, vainly struggling to stem the life running out of them in crimson jets. War is madness. It made wild animals out of us. Thank God my son will be spared this horror. And mine. The pounding of Death the Dread Drummer faded in the spectacle silence. The bird returned to sing a melancholy song over the contorted corpses. The war finally ground to a halt. The seasons revolved, the years passed, but the tortured earth of the Meat Grinder bore no crop except the rotting flesh of the accusing dead. Another bird sang over the human wasteland of the meat grinder. As Lieutenant Paul Kessler led his men of the German Wehrmacht in another war, just as his slain father had done before him. Orders are to occupy this ground at all costs. On the other side of the ancient battleground, Lieutenant Richie Talbot led his GIs on the bloody advance from Normandy. We're to hold this ground to the last man. The way the brass is using us up, this could be our graveyard, Lieutenant. There's the enemy! Safety's off! The enemy's after the same ground we are. Check out what happens here. This is some heavy metal stuff here, right? Ding, 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 ding. Suddenly, the song of the silent bird is choked into silence. It whirled upwards in terror. The earth quivered in dread as corpses of the rotting dead slowly rose. An unholy light glowed in the cavernous eye sockets of the dead of the Great War. Bony hands again strangled tattered flesh. The slain slaying the slain a second time to the satanic beat of death, the dread drummer. This is wicked, right? Check out where this goes. In nameless dread, the shocked son of the long-dead Lieutenant Kessler waved his fearful men away. The heck with this! Fall back! Back! While Lieutenant Talbot, in dread disbelief at the ghoulish spectacle. I'm not going to lead you into a slaughterhouse. Take off! The ancient foes united in a vow stronger than death, content at saving their sons, sank gratefully back into the waiting earth. Death, the dread drummer, faded to his dark domain. The open graveyard of war was again mantled in macabre mist and sinister silence. The bird returned to sing his eternal mass. I think that was a beauty, man. If this reminds me of anything in particular, if you've ever heard of the Christmas peace that happened in the Great War, World War I, however you want to refer to it, it's definitely reminded me of that. Some great artwork in here. It's totally heavy metal right here. Oh, let's take a minute to check out these ads. Who is this guy? Our Man? Look, they said, whatever happened to Our Man? Whatever happened to Our Man? Sargon the Sorcerer? Is that like Sargon of Akkad? And Congarella? I don't know. Jack-o'-lantern? The Seraph? Scalp Hunter, heard of. Look, the Wonder Twins. Okay, these are Super Friend characters. All right. Oh, and there's another couple killer ads in here. First of all, wow, check out that one. 1980, man. I mean, I wish I had the comic, but how cool is it even just to have a comic where they advertise it? The world's greatest fight is in the works. Superman and the Amazing Spider-Man pursue evil side by side. They're up against the villainy of Doctor Doom and the Parasite. They get a little help from Wonder Woman and the Incredible Hulk. The top creative talents in comics join forces to bring you the comic book event of the year. Watch for it this summer. Wow, man, that was like a big deal back in the day to have the two companies cross over like that. They haven't done too much since then. I know they've done a couple things, but I think Wizard of Oz was their first really big crossover. And this ad is pretty cool. You get the, what is this, Brave and the Bold? Or just DC Comics presents Superman, Dr. Fate, Superman, Deadman, and then the Legend of Batman continues. This looks great. The Untold Legend of Batman. Beauty. Oh, and we got one more thing on the back. Now, I'm from Philly, and when I was a kid, Dr. J was still around. He was on his way out, but check this out. Spalding presents Street Ball with Rick Barry and Dr. J. Hey, look, it's Rick Barry and Dr. J. Glad to see you're playing with a Spalding rubber ball like I grew up with. Yeah, those vinyl balls are just too slick. Oh, the difference can the ball make? Okay, the difference does the ball make? Whatever, that's bad writing. My man, for real. Ball handling, you need that Spalding touch. What moves? He plays up in the lights. Now it's my turn, Julius. A 30-footer. What a magic touch. You don't need magic, just practice with a Spalding autograph ball. It's got a rubber cover so you can really get a grip on it. I believe it! I believe it! If you want the ball with the sure-handed feel, look for our signatures at your sporting good dealers. Other autographed balls are signed by Wilt Chamberlain, Pistol Pete, Magic Johnson, and Larry Bird. Well, I don't know if we had a signed Dr. J basketball, but we did have the 76ers red, white, and blue one. Or that might have been the Harlem Globetrotters. I don't know. All right, everybody. You know the drill. Have a good one. Oh, Chuck, did you like the story? Chuck really liked the story. Oh, look, there's my cat outside the window. Oh, you can't see. Okay, I gotta go. All right, everybody, have a good one. See you in the back issues. Bye. Oh, and God bless the troops.